Becoming wealthy requires discipline, strategy, and informed choices. Here are the steps that truly work for accumulating wealth. These steps are based on proven principles of financial management, investing, and personal development. 1. Changing your mindset about money. The first and perhaps most important aspect of becoming rich is changing your mindset towards money. This is not a superficial step. It's a fundamental shift that will influence all your future financial choices. Many people fail to accumulate wealth because they are mentally programmed to remain poor. These mental blocks often come from upbringing, culture, social environment, or personal experiences. Limiting beliefs to eliminate. First belief: money doesn't buy happiness. How many times have you heard this phrase? The truth is, money doesn't guarantee happiness, but it allows you to buy options and solve practical problems. Lack of money, on the other hand, can bring stress, frustration, and keep you in a situation where you can't fully exploit your potential. Those who say money isn't important are often the ones who lack it. Change your perspective. Money is a tool to improve your quality of life. Second belief: I'm not meant to be rich. This belief is often deeply rooted in the idea that wealth is reserved for a certain category of people. This is false. Wealth does not depend on your past, origins, or education. It depends on your choices and how you manage your resources. Don't limit yourself to what you've experienced so far. There are countless examples of people who started from nothing and succeeded through willpower, perseverance, and strategy. Wealth is a matter of a growth mindset. Third belief: rich people are selfish or corrupt. This idea stems from a biased perception of the wealthy in the media or society. It can subconsciously make you reject the idea of being rich because you don't want to be seen as a bad person. The truth is, some rich people are generous and use their money to create opportunities and help others. In fact, the more money you have, the more you can help others. If you truly want to contribute to a better world, having more resources enables you to do so in a more significant way. What you should believe and remind yourself every day. First belief: money is a tool. You must see money for what it really is, a lever to help you reach your goals. It should not be an end in itself. It's a means to gain more freedom, security, and opportunities. This perspective will help you detach from the negative idea that money is something bad or that you should feel guilty for wanting it. Second belief: I deserve to be rich. This point is crucial. If you don't believe you deserve financial success, you will unconsciously sabotage your own efforts. You need to cultivate a sense of worthiness. If you work hard, are disciplined, and bring value, you deserve to receive in return. This isn't selfish or arrogant. It's simply aligning with the law of return on investment. The more you invest in yourself and your work, the more you deserve to reap. Third belief: I can learn what I don't know. The fear of the unknown blocks many people. They think they can't succeed financially because they don't understand investment, business management, or finances. The key here is to tell yourself that you can learn. Every financial skill, every aspect of wealth building can be acquired. Start by reading, training, watching videos, listening to podcasts. Knowledge is everywhere. Don't limit yourself just because you don't yet know how to become rich, how to change your mindset. Read books that cultivate a wealth mindset. There are tons of resources that can help you change the way you see money. Books like Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki or Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill have transformed the mindset of millions. They open your eyes to how the rich think and act. These works will show you that wealth is first and foremost a matter of mindset. Surround yourself with positive and ambitious people. Your social environment greatly influences how you view money. If you spend all your time with people who constantly complain about money, criticize those who succeed, or do nothing to improve their situation, you will eventually absorb this negativity. On the other hand, being around ambitious, positive people who are already focused on success will help you transform your own mindset. You'll realize that wealth is possible for those who believe in it and act accordingly. Practice positive affirmations. Affirmations are phrases you repeat regularly to reprogram your subconscious. It may sound simple, but it's powerful. Phrases like, "I deserve abundance," "I am capable of creating wealth," or "money flows easily to me" can help strengthen your belief in yourself and your ability to become rich. The more you repeat these affirmations, the more they become a part of your belief system. Work on your mindset daily. Changing your mindset is an ongoing process. You must constantly nurture your state of mind, especially in a world that often values mediocrity and criticizes success. Every day, dedicate time to learning, visualizing your financial goals, and eliminating any negative thoughts about money. Remember, your mindset is your most valuable asset on the road to wealth. It dictates your actions, and your actions dictate your results. Changing your mindset is the foundation upon which everything else rests. If you don't believe you can and deserve to be rich, you will never adopt the habits, behaviors, and decisions necessary to achieve it. This process requires introspection and discipline, but it is absolutely essential. Cultivate a growth mindset. Eliminate limiting beliefs and program yourself for success. Before you even touch your first million, you must already think like a wealthy person. Everything starts in your head. 2. Saving and investing wisely. The first step after changing your mindset is to learn how to save and invest wisely. Most people know that saving is important, but few really understand how to save effectively or where to invest to generate long-term returns. Without a solid strategy, you could save all your life and never truly progress financially. Why saving alone isn't enough? Saving for the sake of saving means losing money. Many people believe that simply setting aside money is enough to get rich. This is not true. Inflation, which increases every year, gradually reduces the value of money sitting in a savings account. For example, if inflation is 3% and your savings account only earns 1% interest, you're effectively losing 2% of your purchasing power every year. Therefore, it's essential to learn how to save in order to invest that money wisely. Saving should be a springboard for investing. The goal of saving isn't just to accumulate funds, but to create capital that can be invested to generate additional income. Saving is a starting point, not an end. By saving, you build an emergency fund and a solid foundation for starting to invest. How to save effectively. Automate your savings. The best way to ensure you save regularly is to automate it. Set up a system where a portion of your income is automatically transferred to a dedicated savings account every month. This allows you to save without thinking about it and without being tempted to spend that money elsewhere. The ideal amount to save varies, but a good rule of thumb is to start with 10% to 20% of your income. If you can save more, even better. Create an emergency fund. Before diving into investing, make sure you have an emergency fund. This fund should cover 3 to 6 months of your basic expenses in case of an unexpected event, job loss, health issue, family emergency. This fund protects you and prevents you from having to dip into your investments or accumulate debt in times of crisis. Cut unnecessary expenses. To save effectively, you often need to reassess your lifestyle and eliminate superfluous expenses. Analyze where your money goes each month. Are you spending a lot on outings, clothes, or gadgets that aren't necessary? Every dollar saved on unnecessary expenses is a dollar you can save and invest. Remember that saving is not about deprivation, but about freeing yourself financially in the long term. How to invest wisely. Learn the basics of investing. Investing is a broad topic, but you don't need to be a financial expert to start investing wisely. You just need to know the basics. Investing involves putting your money into assets that will increase in value over time and generate income. There are several types of assets you can invest in: stocks, bonds, real estate, index funds, and many more. Each of these assets carries a different level of risk and return, and it's important to understand these concepts before getting started. Diversify your investments. Never put all your eggs in one basket. Diversification is a golden rule of investing. It means spreading your money across different types of assets to reduce risk. For example, if you put all your money into one stock and that company goes bankrupt, you lose everything. But if you spread your money across several stocks, real estate, and other investments, a loss in one area will be offset by gains elsewhere. This helps protect your capital while maximizing your growth potential. Invest for the long term. One of the biggest traps new investors fall into is wanting to make quick gains. They hope to buy a stock and sell it a few months later for a big profit. This approach is risky and unreliable. The truly wealthy invest for the long term. They buy solid assets and hold on to them for years, even decades, to benefit from compound growth. For example, the S&P 500 index, which includes the 500 largest companies in the United States, has delivered an average return of 7% to 10% per year over time. This may not seem like much in the short term, but over time, compound growth can turn a small investment into a fortune. Learn to take calculated risks. All investments come with some level of risk. However, the key to success is taking calculated risks. This means evaluating risks before making a decision and ensuring you're comfortable with them. For example, real estate is generally considered a safer investment than stocks, but it requires more capital up front. On the other hand, stocks are more volatile but can offer higher returns in the long run. Choose investments that match your comfort level, but don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone to seek higher returns. Reinvest your profits. One of the biggest secrets to wealth is reinvesting profits. Every time you make money from your investments, instead of spending it right away, reinvest it into other investments. This allows you to capitalize on your gains and accelerate the growth of your portfolio. Reinvesting is what makes wealth grow exponentially. If you truly want to become rich, you need to learn how to grow your profits rather than rest on them. Be patient and disciplined. The final point, but certainly not the least, is to be patient and disciplined. Investing is not a sprint, it's a marathon. Market fluctuations can make you doubt your choices, but the wealthy know that patience is one of the greatest assets of an investor. Markets go up and down, but over the long term, they tend to grow. Don't panic during downturns. Be disciplined. Keep investing regularly and let time work in your favor. Saving and investing wisely is the backbone of wealth creation. This is where you move from simply managing money to creating real, lasting wealth. By saving regularly, investing wisely, and being patient, you build a solid foundation for financial success. Learn the art of making your money work for you, and you'll start to see your wealth grow exponentially. Don't just follow traditional advice. Save smartly, invest strategically, and watch your wealth multiply. 3. Living below your means and managing your expenses. Living below your means and controlling your expenses is the fourth crucial and often overlooked step to becoming rich. This may seem obvious, but the reality is that many people, even those with good incomes, fall into the trap of excessive consumption. It's not just about earning more money, but also knowing how to manage and save it wisely. Here's how you can do it. Why living below your means is essential. Accumulate wealth, not debt. If you spend every penny you earn or live beyond your means by using credit, you'll be stuck in a cycle of debt. Interest accumulates, bills pile up, and your money ends up going to banks or creditors instead of your own pocket. In contrast, living below your means creates a financial margin that you can use to invest and save. Prepare for the future and unexpected events. Strict financial management allows you to be prepared for hardships, job loss, medical emergencies, unexpected repairs, etc. Living with excess makes you vulnerable to these surprises, while those living below their means have reserves to face tough times. This also reduces financial stress and offers greater peace of mind. Create a surplus for investing. The money you don't spend on unnecessary items is money you can invest. In fact, the key to wealth isn't necessarily earning more, but knowing what to do with the money you already have. If you spend less than you earn, you create a surplus that you can reinvest in financial assets, real estate, or your own business. Every dollar saved can become a dollar invested and a step closer to financial independence. How to live below your means. Closely monitor your expenses. The first step to controlling your spending is knowing where your money is going. Create a detailed budget that accounts for all your income and expenses. This will help you clearly see where you're overspending, such as on outings, clothes, or unnecessary subscriptions. Use financial management apps, if necessary, to track everything. Once you have an overview, eliminate unnecessary expenses and adjust your lifestyle accordingly. Avoid the lifestyle inflation trap. One of the biggest mistakes people make when they start earning more money is raising their standard of living at the same pace as their income. For example, you get a promotion and suddenly feel the need to buy a more expensive car, move to a larger apartment, or travel more often. This is how many end up living beyond their means, even with a comfortable salary. Resist this temptation. Each income increase should be an opportunity to save and invest more, not spend more. Reduce your material needs. Often, we spend on things we don't actually need. Materialism and social pressure push us to buy expensive items to impress others or meet lifestyle standards that aren't really ours. Learn to detach yourself from these material needs. For example, instead of changing your phone every year, keep the one you have as long as it works well. Do the same with your clothes, furniture, car. The more you adopt a minimalist approach, the more money you'll save without sacrificing comfort. Don't buy on credit unless it's a good investment. Credit cards, consumer loans, and revolving credits are traps that keep you in a cycle of debt. Avoid financing purchases on credit, especially for items that lose value, like clothes, electronic gadgets, or cars. If you need to borrow, make sure it's only for investments that generate long-term value, like real estate or a business. Learn to differentiate between your needs and wants. Often, we confuse things we need with things we simply want. A roof over your head, healthy meals, decent clothing are needs. But a new pair of $200 sneakers or a designer handbag are just wants. Always question every purchase you make. Do I really need this? Does it bring lasting value? If the answer is no, postpone or cancel the purchase entirely. Automate your savings. One of the simplest and most effective methods to save regularly is to automate the process. Set up an automatic transfer to a savings account or investment portfolio as soon as your salary comes in. This allows you to save without even thinking about it and avoid the temptation to spend that money. Ideally, determine a percentage of your income you want to save each month and stick to it. Implement a waiting period rule for any major purchase. Before making a large purchase, give yourself a reflection period, for example, 30 days. This will allow you to see if your desire truly persists or if it was impulsive. Often, after this period, you'll realize you can easily do without the purchase. This method is particularly effective for big buys like electronic gadgets, furniture, or even cars. Common mistakes to avoid. Falling into the "I deserve it" trap. Many people justify excessive purchases by telling themselves they deserve it after working hard or getting a promotion. This mindset can be dangerous as it leads to unnecessary spending and harms your savings and investment goals. What you truly deserve is long-term financial freedom, not immediate gratification that will cost you in the long run. Thinking that reducing expenses means living in deprivation. Living below your means doesn't mean you have to deprive yourself or live in a Spartan way. It's about making smart choices. For example, instead of eating at luxury restaurants every week, you can cook your meals at home. Instead of buying designer clothes every season, you can choose timeless, high-quality pieces that you wear longer. It's not about deprivation, but conscious spending on what truly holds value. Forgetting to reward progress. If you're making efforts to live below your means, don't forget to reward yourself from time to time. This helps keep you motivated and prevents constant frustration. But set clear limits and goals. For example, a small reward after reaching a savings milestone or making a profitable investment. Living below your means and controlling your expenses is a fundamental rule for building real wealth. It not only allows you to save and invest more, but also helps you avoid the trap of debt and excessive consumption. The key here is discipline and the ability to distinguish between your true needs and desires. Every dollar you don't spend unnecessarily is a dollar you can use to bring yourself closer to financial independence. 4. Avoid bad debts. Debts are often seen as a necessary evil in our society. However, there are two types of debts: good debts and bad debts. Good debts are those that can help you generate money, such as a loan to purchase rental real estate, while bad debts are those that put you in debt for consumption expenses that do not create any value. Why avoid bad debts? Bad debts keep you in a vicious cycle. Bad debts are usually associated with non-productive purchases, such as consumer credit to buy luxury goods, cars, or vacations. These types of debt come with high interest rates, and since these purchases don't generate income, you end up having to work harder to pay back what you spent. This makes you dependent on credit and deprives you of financial resources that could be used to invest in assets that could help you create wealth. Bad debts prevent the growth of your wealth. When you are in debt from consumer loans, you end up allocating a large part of your income to paying off these debts rather than investing it. The money that could be used to grow your wealth is tied up in repayments that provide no return. The power of compound interest is a strong principle, but it's reversed when you're in debt with credit cards or high-interest loans. How to avoid bad debts? Don't live beyond your means. One of the most important tips for avoiding bad debt is to live within your income, not beyond it. This means not buying what you can't afford. By being more moderate in your consumption choices, you reduce the temptation to go into debt for unnecessary purchases. Practice frugality. Saving on non-essential things will help you manage your finances better and save for investments. Avoid consumer credit. Don't take out credit to buy things you can afford to pay for in one go. For example, Avoid high-interest credit cards that can lead to large monthly payments. If you absolutely have to buy something, choose options that don't put you in debt, such as saving first or choosing interest-free financing. Prioritize investments. Allocate part of your income to long-term investments rather than immediate and unnecessary purchases. Build an emergency fund for unexpected situations, which will help you avoid relying on credit in times of urgent need. Good personal finance management will help you reduce your dependence on debt. Reduce and pay off existing debts. If you are already in debt, the goal should be to reduce and eliminate bad debts quickly. This could include paying off credit cards or consolidating debts at more favorable rates. Use the debt avalanche method. Start with the highest interest debts, or the debt snowball method. Start with the smallest debts to gain motivation. Bad debts are a direct obstacle to wealth creation. They are costly, time-consuming, and keep you stuck in a cycle of debt that prevents your money from working for you. By learning to avoid these debts and managing your finances well, you give yourself the means to build sustainable wealth. 5. Protecting your wealth. Once you have started accumulating wealth, it becomes imperative to protect it. Creating wealth is useless if it is easily lost due to poor financial decisions, taxation, or poor risk management. Protecting your wealth ensures that your capital lasts and grows over the long term. Why protecting your wealth is crucial. The loss of an asset can erase years of work. Life is full of uncertainties. Unexpected events such as accidents, natural disasters, economic crises, or legal mistakes can jeopardize your investments. If you do not implement protection mechanisms, all your hard work could be undone by a single bad decision or an unforeseen situation. Taxes can reduce your income and assets. Depending on the country you are in, taxes can weigh heavily on your wealth. Income from certain investments, such as real estate or stock dividends, may be heavily taxed. Protecting your wealth also means optimizing your taxes to prevent the state from taking too large a portion of your income. This can include using tax structures like companies or investing in tax-exempt products. How to protect your wealth. Diversification of investments. One of the first protection measures is to diversify your investments. By spreading your capital across different asset classes, real estate, stocks, bonds, cryptocurrencies, etc., you reduce the risk that a loss in a particular market will affect your entire wealth. For example, if the stock market drops, real estate or investments in commodities can offset these losses. Using insurance. Insurance is an important tool to protect your property and capital. Insure your home, your car, your real estate investments, and even your business. In addition, in case of death, a life insurance plan can protect your loved ones from the loss of your income. Creating legal structures to protect your assets. For people with significant wealth, it may be useful to create legal structures such as companies, trusts, or foundations to protect assets from creditors or to facilitate tax management. A corporation or holding company can be used to hold assets, which helps better protect your personal assets. Estate planning and wills. It is essential to plan the transmission of your wealth. A well-drafted will and adequate estate planning can prevent your wealth from being redistributed unfairly or subject to heavy taxation. Taking the time to define an estate strategy will help you avoid family conflicts or financial problems later on. Regulating economic risks. During periods of economic uncertainty, protection against market volatility is essential. For example, Purchasing insurance against losses in the event of an economic disaster, or using financial products like options or futures contracts can protect you from unforeseen fluctuations. Protecting your wealth is as crucial as creating it. Without an adequate protection strategy, you risk losing everything due to unforeseen circumstances or poor decisions. Diversification, insurance, estate planning, and the use of legal structures are effective ways to keep your wealth intact and grow it over the long term. 6. Giving back. The last point. One of the most important principles in the wealth creation process is giving. Giving back does not simply mean donating money, but also dedicating time and effort to improving the lives of others. Not only does it bring personal satisfaction, but it can also play an important role in growing your wealth. Why give back? Giving creates a virtuous circle. When you give, you create a connection with others. This can translate into new opportunities, business relationships, or partnerships. The universe has a way of rewarding those who contribute positively to society. Whether it's through money, time, or expertise, giving increases your social capital and can open doors to new opportunities. The importance of karma and positive energy. Many successful entrepreneurs will tell you that their wealth is largely due to their ability to give without expecting an immediate return. It's not just about generosity, it's also about attracting positive energy. The principle of karma suggests that when you do good, you attract good into your life. Making donations to causes that are close to your heart. Whether it's to charitable organizations, educational initiatives, or community projects, donating money to causes that are dear to you is a powerful way to contribute to positive change. Choose causes that resonate with your personal values and invest regularly in these initiatives. Creating wealth is not just about accumulating money. It's a strategic and thoughtful process that involves making wise choices at every step. Whether it's by developing an abundance mindset, investing wisely, avoiding harmful debts, or carefully protecting your capital, every decision counts. One of the keys to financial success is discipline, because without it, it's easy to be tempted by impulsive spending or procrastinate when it comes to investing. Patience is also essential, as wealth is not built overnight, but over several years, always keeping your long-term goals in mind. Another important facet is giving. Giving back, whether financially or in terms of time, not only creates a virtuous circle of abundance, but also strengthens your positive impact on society. Personal enrichment also involves spiritual and human growth. Finally, remember that wealth should not be an end in itself. It is a powerful tool that allows you to free up time and resources for more meaningful activities for yourself and others. Thus, with a solid plan, disciplined actions, and awareness of the impact of your choices, you can transform your financial future and live a fully accomplished life. The path to wealth is a marathon, not a sprint. Every step, every decision, every sacrifice is worth it. So start today, act with determination, and you will see your vision of wealth transform into reality.